Hi guys, welcome in. My name is Angel and I will be pulling some cards for you today. We're going to start with the Bhagavad Gita. This is actually something very close and dear to me because when I was able to step away from the mainstream and indulge in studies into other religions and just other points of view of life, it opened up a whole new world, a whole new life for me. So maybe this is something you can relate to, or if you're wanting to broaden and expand your consciousness, I would definitely start doing that because it's a lot of untapped potential that you have at your fingertips at the ready. So we're gonna see how this goes. Right before, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Somebody that's listening to this is realizing that they don't belong where they're at. Now, it's important to find home within ourselves no matter where we are, but in this circumstance, I feel like you've outgrown your surroundings. You could even be asking other people, like, coming to the awareness, like, it's like you don't belong there, you belong somewhere else. You're being pulled or called somewhere else. Lamp of knowledge. Whoa. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the intelligence by which they can attain me. Out of compassion for them, dwelling in their hearts, I destroy the darkness of ignorance with the lamp of knowledge. So the more knowledge you put into practice and create wisdom out of, the more you're able to love yourself and the divine, the more you're in touch with your true essence. They're like all enlightened. Do you see that? Heart chakra. It's green and gold. That's awesome. Chapter 10, verse 10. So you could be seeing 10:10. I see you are very devoted to yourself and spirit. Leadership. Whatever a great man does, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary, I think that's what it's supposed to say, by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Whatever a great man does, common men follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, by basically being what somebody talks about, like walking the talk, then all the world pursues them. So you're gaining some kind of knowledge to like step into this leadership role. Like you're setting the pace. You're a trendsetter. You figure things out ahead of other people. This is reminding me of you being ahead of your time, which was like the last reading I did. The trident could be significant. Rare souls. Wow. Oh, many thousands of men. One will attempt to reach perfection, and of the few who reach this goal, only a rare soul will perhaps know me as I am. Wow. Somebody's really tapping into this I am presence. The I am within. The one, the all, the universal. The essence from which we all come from and dwell. The dwellers. So the emerald tablets could be significant. You're a very rare soul indeed. Meant to lead, but be around others with a lot of love. It's like you're not trying to be seen above them. You're trying to be seen as their equal and show that they can be as great as all the other greats who have come before. And if they hold you on a pedestal, one, tell them that they should never do that. They need to hold themselves at a pedestal. But to always keep the focus on if you're going to compete with yourself, your past versions and old versions of yourself. Yeah, grief is right here. So mourning and grieving the old versions of yourself, the people, situations, patterns that version of you was connected to, and allowing it to die to replace it with a new form. Yay! New form. New way of being, one that makes sense with your soul. It doesn't always make sense logically or to the information that we've been taught in the first portion of our lives. You know, it's a mind fuck to find out like everything is upside down and backwards, and we've been taught completely wrong, and people have been following the leader for so long, it's really hard for them to find their voice again. But whoever I'm talking to, you're meant to help others find their voice again by being the example, by continuing to learn every day, being open to learning, being shown things by strangers and other individuals, because you never know if you're entertaining a freaking angel or a devil. Somebody working from their lower aspects, but you're always protected, especially if you stay in that pure intentions, not trying to get anything out of them. When you're just present in the moment and just open to sharing who you are with them, but being aware if they're not. That way you can pull back. You don't have to overgive to somebody who isn't showing reciprocity. No more sabotage. No more self-sabotaging. That's nice. That's a big step. That's a big step. It's not easy. What are we at? 7-Eleven. Antisocial in the reverse. I see you speaking up. Getting out of your feelings, not allowing your feelings to control your body and how you react. No longer feeling left out. Maybe you're finding your people. You're getting a sense of this, a feel of this before it happens. Because it did talk about like kind of being in the future, like seeing something before it actually happens. Unfinished business. You're finishing business. Loop cycles that you're closing. We still have things to resolve. It's like you're willing to let go of the things that weren't resolved so that you can move forward. Wow. Taking the higher road. Nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, giving back. And that's falling under this leadership, this knowledge. And these pictures are just so amazing. Finding better ways to communicate, to connect with others after a long time of a time of feeling left out because you're feeding it to yourself. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. You could feel very uncomfortable because if you're not used to loving, nurturing, and pouring into yourself, then it's going to feel very uncomfortable. Oh my God. Puzzled about what? Chaos? Who wouldn't be? Laughter. This is giving me like a villain's laugh. Like, like, oh my gosh, somebody's puzzled because you laugh at chaos. You have a whole new perspective. You have new knowledge. Yeah, the lamp of knowledge. You have a better understanding. That's why your energy is exuding a leadership energy that you know how to handle these energies. You're a very rare soul. You can laugh things off. On disaster, upheaval, downfall, you laugh. You're no longer confused and conflicted. You know how to pour back into yourself and love yourself and backtrack and see what part you had to play in it, taking accountability for your role in it. A lot of maturity here. A lot of maturity. Because you know when chaos comes or upheaval, disaster, it's just a redirection. Somebody's getting on their path. We can look back in hindsight and be like, wow, those things, I'm very grateful for those situations that carried a lot of chaos. Where you weren't able to smell the roses, but you were allowed to laugh. Or you're learning that's how you can handle it next time. I feel like there's an energy that's picking up because this says slow down. Or maybe you're catching yourself, you can get a little tied up with work or other busy things in your life, responsibilities, and fall back on forgetting kind of to slow down because there's a lot of, imbalanced masculine energy running around like go, 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 do, do, do. And our minds are telling us like, you're not learning, you're not doing, you're not getting this knowledge, this leadership and all this unless you're moving. And that's a lie. That our receptivity, our divine feminine energy, we really need rest. And if you're a female, you really, your biology really needs rest. But I see somebody loving and nurturing themselves. But sometimes you can maybe forget, like, okay, why am I feeling like this? And then you laugh and you realize, oh, okay, there's a little bit of chaos because I'm going a little bit too quickly. I need to slow down. I need to go within. I need to create stillness, silence, quiet to calm the chaos. If chaos is happening externally, it's internal too. We can calm, we can release, we can surrender, and remember a higher perspective. Yeah, healing, self-care, introspection, meditation. You are really good at evaluating yourself and realizing when there is very stressful energy that you're experiencing and where you can balance it out because it is within your power. You're not blaming anybody. You're not pointing fingers. You're taking accountability for the part that you've played, and that's what makes a great leader. That's the type of people that other people want to follow because you show love and compassion for yourself. You know how to come out of your cocoon here with antisocial and reverse and the unfinished business. You're finishing all the business that you came here to finish with love and nurturing, realizing this puzzled energy, it happens. It's a natural part of the process. Yeah, you're not being salty and bitter. You're just really self-aware and you're just getting better at it. Every single time you catch yourself in this puzzled, frazzled situation, or if somebody else is, it's like you know what to say to bring people back to their center and remember what's most important. Laughter, happiness, joy, healing. We have healing twice here with laughter. It's all about perspective with this chaos energy and smelling the roses in reverse. Getting out in nature, reminding, when's the last time I was in nature? When's the last time I meditated? When's the last time I prayed or I journaled? And it depends on your answer. And then it's going to be right there. Go sit down and do it. Self-love, I'm still trying to heal. Yeah, and you're honest with yourself. That's the thing. Is like you're honest, because if you're in denial and you're like, no, I know everything, like I've had all this happen to me, but no, you're realizing that it's a continuous process. That's why being humble and checking our pride and all these other aspects of ourselves to make sure we're exuding it in a really healthy way so that we're not hurting other people and we're actually uplifting and contributing positive energy to whatever situation is at hand, or none at all. Just being present, laughing, letting somebody know, hey, it's gonna be okay. Or like, why do you think that's happening? Somebody shares something that's going on. Well, why do you think that's happening? And then they might actually answer their own question to something that they didn't even realize they needed the answer to help them move forward. And then they're realizing, wow, I put myself in this box. I created these walls and now I can knock them down. It's just so great to see, you guys. Where do we want to go with this? Let's see what this chaos is with this spiritual warfare, because it's always energy. Let's see if it's the same old crap. I can't make this much longer because I don't have room. I need to delete some stuff. So you have some kind of ancient knowledge within your DNA, within your aura, your bioelectric field, using gifts, knowledge, and abilities passed down from your ancestors, either directly or intuitively. It's already in your DNA. Yesterday we had the card, or maybe it was this morning, DNA upgrades. So you could be talking to your body, your cells, asking your DNA to upgrade. So we have gang stalking, harassment and intimidation tactics used by a group against a person or small group of people. Mob mentality, a group torturing another person. So you can relate to this either currently or in the past, but it's like you're gaining a deeper understanding of why this needed to happen because of the energy and essence that you were born with. Spirit, you have to be put in these types of situations so that you can come to the truth of who you are and what you're capable of. Dark forces, that you actually hold the power over them once you remember and you take control over your words, your nervous system, not allowing these lower energies and frequencies to get you into that lower state, which makes you vulnerable to other entities body jumping into you. And then you, before you know it, you're so phased out, you're agreeing, just saying yeah and agreeing to something that you didn't even really hear. That's how they get you. The demonic forces of evil that work to destroy any light, love, and positivity in the world. Shadow forces working behind the scenes. It's the game, it's the setup of the system. There's always going to be the other side. But when you are so comfortable and sure of yourself in a humble way, being open, staying in the present moment, being aware of what's going on, you have the knowledge to kind of laugh in these it's like kill them with kindness type of situation. Like, I see you're hurt. I know behind all this trickery and demonic possession that's actually going on, the soul in there is really hurt. And the inner child is tucked away in a corner crying because it hasn't been shown love, protection, support that it needs for that divine light to shine bright and come out and be in control of their energies, their vortexes, their chakras. You know, there's a light attribute and a dark attribute to each one of our chakras, and having them in balance and checking ourselves constantly with like subconscious reflexology testing just to see if we're in alignment with our beliefs. Obstacles. Yeah, there's like a group of people, individuals, of course, because they know, and a lot of us are just now coming into the information of what's really going on and how this world actually works, and they want to just keep putting obstacles in your way so that you're not going to figure out this ancient knowledge and remember who you are and how much power you actually have. Blocks or hindrances placed in your way to prevent you from moving forward, being targeted by those wanting to cause trouble and blocks. So be aware of the people you're allowing and you're giving energy to, that you're talking to. I mean, you can just listen. You do not have to actually give any kind of input. It's actually a really nice test to do, because then it's almost like you're tripping. You're like, oh my God, this is like a level. Like, if I do this, then I see their true colors and what they're really trying to do. If I don't give them any energy, if I don't pour into whatever crazy distracted situation they're trying to pull me in, and I really focus on what's really happening, you're going to see all the obstacles. You're just going to be able to laugh at this chaos that they're trying to throw at you. And I feel like this is what you're doing. Yeah, divination, karmic lessons. You are getting messages ahead of time about these karmic lessons, about wrapping all of this up, alchemizing it to a way that it's, you're able to move forward and manifest and bring this knowledge into this world at this point in time, and not caring what anybody says, because you're ahead of your time. It's a part of it. Divination, use the gift of intuition and foresight to predict future events or uncover hidden knowledge. May be used for good or bad. Now, I personally rather have divination for, like, astrology was more about self-discovery for me. I learned about myself and my lessons and patterns and what I've been experiencing in this life so far. The energies really helped me understand why things have happened the way that they have, because my energy works a certain way. And when I learned that my energies worked a certain way, it all clicked in my head. I'm like, oh my God, that's why that person acted like that and that person acted like that, because of my mentality, because of how I was thinking, how I was feeling, what I was projecting onto them. And it's just amazing. It's so magically freaking amazing. It's like everything clicks and comes into oneness, and you're in unity with all of the universe, and you're just like, holy crap. Like, oh, the themes and situations that we did not learn from in the past, repeated lessons with the same or different people until we learn them. So this is giving like same energy, different people, different place, different time, but you're dealing with the same situation. It's an echo of the pattern. Like maybe you just got away from it, but now you're in a new situation and you're still noticing those same patterns. Those are karmic lessons. Bring it into your awareness. Journal about it. Tell the universe, hey, I noticed that this person has the same energy as this person I used to know. When you start making those conscious, I know I need to settle down. I get very excited. When you start making that conscious awareness, you bring it into your conscious awareness. Whatever you're noticing, don't just keep it in your mind up here. Say it, write it. All of it matters. And when you do, you're telling the universe that you caught on. Hey, I see you. I see you. I see what's happening here. The universe will clump it up in a ball and send you your next level. But you have to be willing to move with it, because you might be called somewhere else. That's where your next lesson is. I'm also getting, for some, relying too much on divination is not healthy. You have all the answers within. You have a lot of knowledge. So living life and putting it in swing in your day-to-day and following your bliss, your excitement, that's what really keeps you protected with all this laughter. It's like, you just know. You just know. Secret rituals, ceremonies and rituals done in private to achieve an agenda. This may involve a group of people or done by a solitary practitioner. So for a lot of you, you have been affected by the secret societies and higher ups that are actually doing the rituals on children and whatnot to affect those that are just out in the world, to keep us from being able to activate that higher realm. And of course, there's much more. And and it can go in so many different ways and so many different truths. Even if they contradict each other, it can still be true on multiple different levels. Now, that is a wormhole. That is a lot for a human psyche and brain to actually compute. But they're trying to keep people in loops. They're trying to keep people in this repetitive pattern, and we're supposed to expand and grow and change. We're supposed to go with the energy flows and the cycles and the phases. It's not about staying stuck. This is also giving me, somebody could have astral traveled or had a dream or something and seen something about celebrities or something that they were doing, not celebrities doing it to children, but the secret societies and other people doing things to children, or possibly doing things in the astral to you to siphon your sacred sexual energy. Again, a lot of these things that I'm telling you, I've personally experienced. I don't like to talk about anything unless I know. Because if I go on something and hear somebody else's, I don't have any backing or ultimate life experience to back up that knowledge. I like to talk about the things that have been revealed to me and through the circumstances from which they have been uncovered. Because it's very important. And you have a story. You have something very similar, but in your own way. That's why you have a higher self, a God version of yourself up there. You're just the small mini version, and you can access that divine God self of you, and it can connect to you in only ways that you have experienced in your life. Signs, symbols, stories. That's why it's different for everybody, and trusting and relying on yourself and your voice. So my camera is about to give out, so I'm going to go ahead and close this here. I hope this helps somebody, embrace the truth of who you are and help your healing in any way possible. I love to connect to you guys, so I appreciate you clicking on this video, liking, subscribing. It's all really appreciated, and it really does help me get out here and make some more videos and do more research into this stuff. So I love you, the universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time.